Yet again, a flight from New York to Israel was delayed because Orthodox Jews created a whole stir in the cabin because they were assigned seats next to women, and the most Orthodox of Jews are not supposed to be in any kind of close physical proximity to women who are not related to them. Depending on exactly which sect you're talking about, it can be women they're not related to. It can be anybody other than their wife or daughter. There are different levels. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We had a bunch of these stories in October. A Delta flight was delayed for the exact same reason in September. There was an El Al flight, which was a complete and utter nightmare, as you had Orthodox Jews standing all throughout the aisles. And Michael Luciano wrote in the Daily Banter that one would board a plane fully expecting the crew and passengers to accommodate their wish not to be seated next to a member of half the human race is entitlement to the extreme. And yet, not only are these unruly passengers who are disturbing the peace not kicked off the plane and arrested, but they are accommodated because they say those three magic words that in one breath excuse a host of idiocy, ignorance, and irrationality. It's my faith. And Michael Luciano actually goes on to say in this article, Lewis, in the Daily Banter, that based on federal law, it wouldn't be out of the question to arrest these individuals when they delay a flight in such a way because, as federal law states, quote, no person may assault, threaten, intimidate, or interfere with a crew member in the performance of the crew member's duties aboard an aircraft being operated. You could argue that refusing to take your seat and delaying a flight merely because of your so-called religious beliefs is a violation of that federal law.
I think that could be argued. At the same time, if you are being arrested over your religious beliefs, there could be some problems there.
Well, would you be arrested?
Hold on.
But hold on. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I see no problem with kicking them off the plane and forcing them to take another one. And if they have to be moved to flight after flight after flight, that's their problem.
I think you're falling into a maybe a logical fallacy, Lewis, because if they're arrested for delaying the flight, not because of their religious beliefs, if delaying the flight or obstructing crew members is a violation of a federal law, that supersedes their religion, right? It's the same case as if you say, my religious belief is that gay people should be stoned to death. If you start chucking stones at people, that's illegal, regardless of whether you justify it with your religious belief. So I don't know that I agree with you there.
Well, that's the argument you'd make. That's the debate. We'd have to see what happens. I think that would ultimately be up to a judge or a court to decide. But I say at the very least, yes, kick them off the plane, make them get on a different flight.